Okay, so this exercise is called the hands on the knees push. Really, it's as simple as that. All we're going to be doing is laying on our back and applying pressure to our knees. And due to the position that we'll be in, we're going to be feeling our lower abdominals and potentially strengthening everything around the abdominal wall. Now, this is a phenomenal exercise for anybody with low back pain or anybody who struggles to connect with their breathing and their abdominals. Let's give it a go. What we're going to do is fall down onto our mat, like so, and from there, have our arms in the air, and also bring our knees up as well. Now, an unrelated point to the actual exercise execution, but still really important, is that if you're wearing clothing which is quite bunchy around the low part of the hips, like a hoodie, for instance, you want to pull this hoodie straight, otherwise it can be quite uncomfortable. And also provide a little bit of instability to the low back, which is what we don't want. So from here, one leg up, other leg follows, hands on the knees. Now, as simple as it sounds, we're going to push and apply a little bit of pressure to the knees. At the same time, we're going to push the knees and apply a little bit of pressure to the hands. Now, as soon as I do that, I feel everything south of my belly button. All of my abs, particularly around my hips. At the front, I feel everything. From here, as I exhale, I'm going to push my knees up slightly towards the sky. It looks like this. Notice how, as I apply pressure, I'm not only applying pressure in this direction with my knees, I'm also applying pressure upwards towards the sky. Now, admittedly, I couldn't do this at the start of trying this exercise, but after a few sets of doing it, you do get the grasp of it, so stay with it. Think about the knees pushing up to the sky and the hands just resisting the knees in this motion. We don't want to let the knees do this. It becomes too easy and we end up defeating the point of the exercise. Hold them in this position. Now from there, what we can actually do is move to different stages in the position of the legs. So I can have them hovering over here somewhere and then do exactly the same thing. And that is definitely a progression on having the knees quite close. And for anybody who's finding this difficult, all I would advise is bring the knees a bit closer, start off in this position, and don't think too much about lifting because really that's quite hard, but you will be able to do it in a few sessions. So do persist with starting off close, pressuring in this direction, opposing the knees with the hands. From there, carry them slightly further away, aim to reach towards the sky. Then we can start to carry further away and do the same thing. Now, it's worth talking about how the low back can sometimes feel with this exercise, and that's really an indication that we are trying to use as many different parts of the body to help out with this movement if we don't actually have the strength in the abdominal muscles. But fear not, because after a few attempts or maybe even one or two sets of trying this and being very accurate with your application, you should have gained some awareness and then on top of that built some strength, which is going to allow you to use the abdominals to keep things out of the low back. But if it is still aching through the low back, don't worry, just bring the legs a bit closer and you should be absolutely fine. That is the hands on the knees push.